What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece commentary video, and this time it's going to be top 16 match of the Sang Sang Mexico regionals that just occurred over the weekend of September 28th. So it's OP08 format, of course, very early in the format, but OP08 post bans. It's going to be, first top 16 is going to be Kalgara, piloted by Ricardo, and Black Luffy, piloted by Jonathan. So very interesting matchup. I'm excited to see these two decks face off. Can't say I've seen this matchup before because Kalgara is obviously a new deck and Luffy wasn't popular over in the East. So it's interesting to see that. First of all, obviously, didn't just know looking over this. Shout out to Mystic TCG, the goats. They're on the stream. Nasty. But first I want to go over the lists. So let's go over the Kalgara list first and foremost. I unfortunately do not have the Black Luffy list, but I'm going to show you two top Black Luffy lists according to the rank sim, just to get a general idea of where Jonathan's at with his list. But I did find the Kalgara list. Interestingly, so starting off, very interesting list, just compared to other Kalgaras that I've seen. So 4 Shura, of course, 4 Satori as a 2K counter, 4 Wiper as a 2K counter, and that's it. So only 2 2K counters, but in exchange we're running 3 of the El Thor and 2 of the Earth Won't Lose, or 3 and 3 of the event counters. So I guess that kind of makes up for it. Makes sense. And then on 3 Gidatsu, interestingly enough, that's not a card you always see in this deck. It's kind of like one of those tech cards that can come in and out. Very interesting. And then only 4 of the Ohm and 3 of the Ohm and 4 of the Holy. Interesting to cut down the Ohm, because it seems like the card that you always want to see, but I could see where you can like argue that it's dead sometimes. And then 3 Genba, 3 Wiper. So also not maxing out on the Wiper, 5 drop, which is also a very innovative take, because generally you see like 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, like generally 4, 4, 4. But I forget his name already, but Ricardo decided to cut back on these ratios and also choosing to play the Genba, which a lot of people do not play. But very smart play. It's a very aggressive take because obviously the Genba is just for turn 3 generally. So 7 vanillas in the deck. And then, of course, the Noland and the Kalgara combined with the upper yard. That's a staple 4 of, I think. And then we got 2 Ace and 2 Rush Katakuri. Very interesting. You can tell that he's like played quite a bit of the deck because he's trying to fine tune it for how he sees how the plays play out. You know, a lot of people would just say, okay, 4 Ace, like 4 Ace is the best. But I mean, if there's turns where you're like early, I can see on like a 5 down turn, you just can't play Ace, and that's annoying. Whereas Katakuri would be really good in that spot. Yeah, it's interesting. So I'm excited to see how that plays out with the Rush Katakuri. It's a good card. And, you know, it's never not been a good card. It just hasn't been played in a lot of decks. So very cool to see that make a top cut list. And then, like I said, I couldn't find Jonathan's list, but I'm going to show the number one, the highest win rate. This one has the highest win rate combined with the highest games played. So I think this one has 100 games played with a 70% win rate. Black Luffy, we got the 3 Brook, the 3 Bone, 4 Brook, got Yu-Gi-Oh! Brain, 4 Brook, 4 Bone, 4 Kuzan, 4 Suru, 4 Brand New, 4 Jack, 4 Gecko, of course. So we can see that they're just moving to these 2 top end, no Ishos. Oh, no, double Isho. Okay, thank God. I think Isho is like a staple in this deck. But yeah, essentially cutting the Sabos, cutting the whatever the hell else they play, Kuzan or whatever, for just Jack because he's usually just better. Only 1 Borsellino, 4 Rebecca, 3 Sabo, which I think 4 Rebecca, 3 Sabo is pretty standard. The 1 Borsellino, it's alright, it's a tech card. And then 3 Sanji, which I think is good. 4 Ice Age, which I think is great. I think this deck just needs to play 4 Ice Age. And then 2 Tashigi to round out the 2K counters, and 3 of the Nico Robin, which this card got power boosted by 1,000,000 by the release of this card. Like, this card didn't really do a lot before Jack came out. Like, you just have to like summon it and then hopefully it lives a turn. Whereas like with Jack, it just becomes so much better. It's so much better. You can play Jack on 7, filter out, pop a 3 or less, and then next turn play the Robin because you already have the Jack out, which is an 11 cost on the field. Its effect immediately activates the -5 cost, so you don't have to wait a turn to swing with it or anything. You immediately get the value off of it, which makes it infinitely better than a when attacking effect. And then obviously Jack just kills the whatever you -5 to on the spot as well. So you're not only establishing essentially a Kuzan, but better, but you're also able to utilize its on-play effect that turn, which is just so much nicer than it was whenever you just had to play this card and hope to get off a swing with it to use its ability while also playing an 8-dropper. Yeah, it just wasn't ever happening. But yeah, this card's broken now in my opinion. And then I'll go to the second highest list. Looks like it's okay. It's like essentially the same list, but except -1 Robin, +1 Sabo. So like we can see the general core of the strategy is like some number of all of these cards. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So let's get into the games. I'm going to go on the 1.5 speed. So we're going to see Kalgara go first. Not sure if they chose to go first or if the die roll was even shown. No, looks like it wasn't. But Kalgara is going to go first. They're going to play the upper yard, look at top 5 for a Sky Island card. And this is going to be best to a 3, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I honestly don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. And then they're going to take the 5-drop Wiper. Jonathan going to have to read that card, which is not good for him if he's having to read that card. Pass turn. Jonathan's just going to pass on 2. Moving back to Ricardo's turn. So it looks like if he has a Ginba, that'd be pretty crazy. And I can see a Ginba in his hand. Does he have another? I know he has the 1-drop event. I can't tell if he has another upper yard or what. No, I guess he doesn't. But he's going to go 7. Use the ability, play the Ginba because he has 3 Dawn on the field, and then take a life. That's going to connect. No trigger. That'd been nasty if it was an Ice Age right there. But there's no playing around the Ice Age if you're in Ricardo's position. Of course. So he's going to go 5 until... Wow, he takes it. Okay. I just was not prepared for him to take that. Interesting. Obviously, the guy's way better than the deck than I am. I'm just trying to learn. Like, that's why I'm saying interesting. I'm not trying to be like, wow, what an interesting play. What an idiot. No, I'm like, actually, like, it's very intriguing, you know? Because, like, my general instinct is to just always block that, counter that. Because, obviously, you're going to be taking your life this turn with a Kalgara effect. He's going to swing 6 with the Kalgara, play the Wiper. Wiper effect, bottom deck the stage, look at the top 5. So he finds a Kalgara. That card can only take upper yard and Shandorians. So Kalgara is a target. And of course, so is the named upper yard. So he's going to take the upper yard, I'm guessing because he has the 1-drop in his hand. But could also be for a myriad of reasons. The 6 is going to get through. And then he's going to swing the 5. Might have a Ohm. Might have another Wiper. 2K counter to play the island or the upper yard that you just searched. It's going to get out the Sabo. Gonna tap 4 for an Ohm, and we saw the Holy in his hand, so it doesn't really matter what this search is. It'd be nice to get a 1K though. And he whiffs, but that's fine. He has the Holy in his hand. And pass turn. All of a sudden, looking like a very intimidating board from Ricardo here. Maybe this is just a deck that Black Luffy just can't keep up with, potentially. While Lucci probably can keep up with it, and it's probably one of Kalgara's bad matchups. Maybe just this start. This start was nasty. I mean, what better of a start could you have asked for as Kalgara? He's gonna go 5 into the Kuzan with, or sorry, 5 into the Ginba with the Kuzan, -4. I think to the wiper he pointed at. He's going to discard a Kalgara to save the Ginba. Mind you, it's only their it's Jonathan's 6th Dawn turn. There's not a ton he can do here. But he's going to swing 6 into the Ginba. Now see, it makes sense now why he took that life. Oh, never mind. I was going to say so he can protect his characters, but he did let the Ginba go. Then he's just going to play a T-Bone. So it must not have like a Sanji or anything. The T-Bone's going to be able to kill the wiper because he minused it with the Kuzan. Unless he's just like saving Sanji for later, which is totally fair. For a spot where like you just don't have Kuzan and you need it for like you need it with an Ice Age or something. So obviously the Ohm is at 6k because he's at 2 or less life. I expect him to swing at this Kuzan. See if he actually does though. Yep, so I'll go 5 into the Kuzan. See how many cards we can draw out of Luffy's hand. See they have like an Ice Age, an Isho, a lot of bricks, a lot of bricks. Yeah, a ton of bricks. And that'll take the Kuzan. So I think Ricardo's thinking about going like, I think he wants to play this Kalgara. I guess another reason to take life early is especially since I think he's had that Kalgara Mont Blanc combo for a while. So that obviously that incentivizes you to take your life early. Makes sense. He's going to grab another Kalgara off of this upper yard. And now he can go 6 with leader, 6 with Ohm. Okay, never mind. So he's going to go 6 with Ohm, or 7 with Ohm into leader. Luffy is a 5k leader at this point. He's going to take that, no trigger. Are you just going to go 9? Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Gonna go 9 with leader, play the wiper. Okay. So that's why I played the upper yard. So now you can wiper down the upper yard. Look at the top 5. Find a upper yard or Shandoran warrior. He's gonna find the upper yard, which will be a very easy play off of his event that he has in hand. And Luffy will, of course, take that 9k swing. Pass turn. Luffy just now getting to the 8 dawn turn. And it might just be a little too late. Maybe Lucci could come back from this, but I just don't see Luffy doing it. Which is one of the downsides to the Luffy leader, which if you watched my other reaction video or commentary video to the Luffy player over in Australia, I said that, you know, the upsides with Luffy is that you play really well into the meta, whereas the downsides is that you play really bad into Rogue. And this is kind of showcasing how, you know, that dynamic. He's going to go 5 into the leader with the T-bone, recognizing that his opponent's only at 1 life. And you know, Ricardo is probably going to wait till next turn if he really needs to play this Kalgara Mont Blanc combo. You know, very good play. Recognizing that you can live pretty much any amount of swings this next turn, especially when he's only on 8 dawn. So no need to play that combo and go up to 3 life or 2 life when you can just stay at 1, get more aggressive, search for more. I expect the 1-drop event here, but he doesn't give it to him. He's going to give him the 2k counter wiper. And he's going to play a Sabo. Okay, so he is not on either list that we were talking about earlier. He is playing a Sabo in his deck, which is very nice in this situation. He's going to be able to discard a card, the Isho, namely, to pop that wiper and that Holy. Unfortunately, cannot put a Dawn under the leader. But Ricardo might be able to go for game here. Could be risky though, honestly. Could be pretty risky. But it's also risky if you don't, obviously. Because he has 3 big bodies. I mean, you could definitely kill the T-bone and like, I don't know, leader Mont Blanc, hold up Dawn or something. You know, swing like a decent number just to see if you can actually get there. He's actually going to swing with his leader first. Now, see, I potentially would have swung with the Ohm, but I guess like the point of swing with the Ohm, the not swing with the Ohm first there, is to see if you do rip another 1-drop out of life, you can hold up 2 rather than like committing the Dawn now to a 7k swing from the Ohm. Which is very intelligent. He did not rip it, so it looks like he's going to go 7, like I said, into the T-bone, of course. And that he just has to let it go, and then he's going to play Mont Blanc Norland to gain a life because he has the Kalgara on the field. And pass turn with a Dawn Staining, and we're going to have to read that card as well. It's unfortunate. Maybe he would have saved that T-bone if he knew that was a card. But also, like, Ricardo just has so many cards in hand. Luffy going to finally hit the 10 Dawn turn. I think really just needs to try and figure out a way to go for game, but especially if he doesn't know what the deck does, like he probably underestimates how much counters in the deck. But also I just don't see another path to victory besides going for game right now. And it is very tempting because your leader will be getting the 1000. But we can see double Satori, event Norland in Ricardo's hand. That event's going to play in the upper yard to be able to potentially search out another 2k counter. It's actually going to go 8 into the Ohm here, which is going to get perfectly countered by the 1-drop event. Going to go +3 on the Ohm, and then the secondary effect to play the upper yard. Upper yard's effect, search top 5. We could take the L Thor. And then we're going to go 9 into the Ohm. I mean, you might as well double 2K out of this. And like just go for game. It's kind of overkill, but it's also just like good value. You know? Like I would take the chance. I'm so ahead that like it's just kind of a, you know, one of those types of moves. I think I would counter here. I think Max is gonna pop one card on my field. Max, especially since he didn't. He's holding only 8 done up. Okay, so he doesn't counter. Fair enough. He's gonna get the Ice Age on the Kalgara, and then what, a Jack? Yep. Okay, Jack. Filter out a card. Pop the Kalgara. Yeah. See, maybe you just save the Ohm there, and you pretty much guarantee the game. But I can see why you wouldn't. So we can go 10, 11. Something of that nature. Okay, we're gonna go 9 into the 6K leader. I just don't think he has. No, he doesn't even have double 2K, so he just can't get out of it, unfortunately. I would have wondered what his play was gonna be if he did double 2K there. What Ricardo's plan would have been. Obviously, he can't gain another life off of any more Norlands, which I'm not even sure he has one in his hand. We know he has the Elthor, so he's actually just going to swing 11 into leader. Yeah, he was bricked up the whole game. So he's only going to swing 11. He gets there. I'm not sure the Elthor would have saved him on the crackback, but so, you know, my initial thought is like, you know, just put it all under there. You know, screw it. Go for it. But that's why I'm not sitting at the top 16 tables of a regional right now, and they are. All right, so we're gonna go into game 2. Looks like Jonathan's gonna choose, or he's gonna get choice, and he's actually gonna choose to go second, despite getting the God Curve pulled on him by the Kalgara deck. And then he's going to play the brand new and take the Kuzan over the T-Bone. Fair enough. You're on the even curve. You can play that next turn. Ricardo's going to play the Shura. Oh, Ginba's nasty here. Yep. Okay. That's disgusting. So he's going to swing 6, play the Ginba that he just searched, take a life. Nasty. And pass turn. Jonathan's going to go 5. He'll take it once again, so we can see a consistent strategy of Ricardo is to, you know, play the Ginba and then take a life right afterwards. I'm assuming to like help protect his board with cards in his hand. But also, like I said earlier, you have the Nolan as a 4 of in the deck, and just like it's part of your natural game plan to play that card anyway. Oh my goodness. Sheesh, man. Ekadotsu is going to get some insane value off of this Kuzan. Immediately, and then go straight into a 5/5. Take the first 5, counter out of the second one, I assume. With the Borsalino, the 1 of. Or actually, I don't even know if he plays 1 of. I guess those weren't the right lists. Pass turn. Yeah, wow. This Kalgara deck is nasty. Jonathan does have the Sanji combo here, so he can kill this Gadatsu. You can swing 6 into the Ginba and kill the Gadatsu. So that's what he's going to do. Get the 2K Satori and then play the Sanji effect. Since there's a 6K on or a 6 cost on the field, he's going to be able to kill the Gadatsu. And pass turn. Leader is not 6k, so he's just going to swing 5 into the leader. That'll get another Sabo, and then 6 into the leader, using the leader ability, playing the Kalgara for free, taking a life. And he still has 6 Dawn standing. I can't tell if there's a 1-drop event. I don't think he has a 1-drop event in hand, but it looks like he's going to bluff it out regardless. I think he's just going to play the Nolan here. And he does take the life going down to 2. He has Holy, which is nice. But he's just going to play the Nolan, gain a life, pass turn. Bluff that event. And funny enough, Elthor is already live, which is disgusting. So we're going to see a 6 into the Ginba. Can only assume a Satori will come out of the hand. And the Ginba, I was just totally wrong. The Ginba will die here, which I guess is fair enough. There's a Luffy swing on the way. We'll go 5 at life with Luffy. Just going to take it. Once again, just taking all the hits. He's going to Ice Age the Kalgara and then hit him with a Jack. Jack pop the Kalgara, draw a card, or, you know, draw 1, trash 1, then pop the Kalgara. Pass turn. All of a sudden, Jonathan's board looking pretty decent. Leader is 5k here because he had to tap out for that Ice Age. Ton of cards in hand. We got 7 in hand. Seven or 6, can't really tell, but I think it's 7. So he's contemplating about just going double big, which is I like that strategy. I think a lot of Kalgaras, including myself, would like just right now intend to spam the board here. But we can see Ricardo really contemplating going 9-10 or something like that. 9-9. Okay, never mind. He's just going to go 6 into the Sanji. That'll get it to Shigi. Okay, he does have Elthor, which is really good. Just saw it. I think he's going to Holy, Elthor. Okay, I'm wrong, as usual. He's actually just gonna go 10, or no, not 10, 12. Yeah, 12 into, I don't even know where. into Jack? Interesting. 12 into Jack, play the Wiper. Huh. Okay. Well, regardless, he's going to counter out of the 12 with a 2-2-1. It's going to go back to Jonathan's turn, and he's going to put it on under leader, make it a 6k. Well, 7k on this turn, 6k on the next turn, and then swing 7 with the Sanji, I'm assuming into life. See how many cards we can draw out of the Kalgara hand, which is surprisingly, it can have a ton of counter. He's actually going to take that. Wowzers. I wonder if he's going to E-show. No. Maybe. Maybe he goes 7, E-show, and then swing Jack into the Noland or something. He's going to go 7, and that's going to get a Wiper 2k and a 1k out. And now he's going to go 8 into the Mont Blanc. He's going to give him another 2-1. So now E-show is dead. Okay, he's going to play Gecko anyway. Sabo, okay. Sabo's going to kill the Wiper and the Shura, which is going to buy him another turn. Really good play. And, yep, that's going to make Kalgara scoop it up. Very, very good play right there by Jonathan. Pretty nasty, to be honest, being able to withstand all that pressure, because that starter was disgusting. Going first, he had Shura search the Ginba, play the Ginba. Like, that's pretty nasty. That's pretty insane. I would say maybe a couple things, just, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, so it's like hard for me to criticize. I'm not trying to criticize anyone, I'm just saying, like, maybe there was a couple plays there that Ricardo could have done differently, like, you know, counter out of the Ginba swings and that kind of stuff, but I don't think those were like game-winning decisions or anything. I think that Sabo was really what did him in. It was pretty good. Pretty good. But we're going to go into game 3. Pretty sick. We get to see a game 3 out of these two. We got to see a win from Kalgara going first, and then a loss from Kalgara going first. But it looks like this time Ricardo's actually going to choose to go second. Jonathan's going to pass on 1, and then Ricardo's going to play the upper yard. Search for a Sky Island character. He can grab the Ohm here. He can grab the Gidatsu. Satori looks like it's another target. The 5k, the 5-drop Wiper. He's going to take the Ohm though. And he already has the Holy in hand, so that's pretty good. Past the turn, he has double Kalgara as well. Jonathan's going to go 6 into life. He'll immediately take that, trigger the Shura, look at top 5. Gonna bury an ace, but gonna find the Wiper, which is pretty good here, especially since you already have these upper yard established. And then gonna play a brand new. Gonna find a Tsuru or a T-Bone, probably the T-Bone. Okay, Tsuru, well, I'm always wrong, so. Pass turn. Triple Kalgara in hand. So far. So it looks like this is just an Ohm Holy turn, so we're gonna go 5. Takes it, okay. And then Ohm Holy. Looks like he actually found the Holy. Pretty good. Gonna keep a 1k in hand, thankfully. Pass turn. Jonathan's going to go 6 into life. Ricardo takes it just like he has with every other swing this game. He hasn't counted out of a life swing yet, I don't think. He's going to play the Shura. So trigger 2 Shuras in a row. Nasty. I'm going to take the El Thor on this one. Yep. It is a Sky Island. It searches for the same card that the upper yard would search, which is fair to, like, you definitely want to know what cards can search what, because you can easily be cheated by the Kalgara deck. It's not a very popular deck, and like different cards search different types, and it's not like super intuitive, especially if you don't watch the anime. But even then, it's still like kind of like, like it's kind of like you just need to check. Because, you know, every one of these cards could be a Sky Island card, but not all of them are. Every one of them could be a, you know, certain type of card, but they're just not. So Ricardo's gonna go 6 into life, and it's like another thing is like the 5-drop Wiper only searches Shandorians, but also the field spell. Like, okay, that's not like super intuitive, like, but it is what it is, and like not a lot of cards are Shandorian for sure. Like it's like Ginba, Kalgara, Wiper 2K, Wiper can also search himself, so you can find him the 5-drop. So, but since he used his leader ability, his Ohm's gonna go to 6K. So he's gonna go 6, 5, 6 with leader Holy Ohm, and then just gonna hard tap 5 for the Wiper. Bottom deck the upper yard. Look at top 5 for a Shandorian or an upper yard. Looks like he's gonna find the event, so I guess that's another target. I didn't even mention the event. And pass turn. Jonathan hitting 7 down here. Still can't play any geckos, but obviously a Jack would go brazy to kill this Kalgara. So he's going to have 5 into the Holy, minus the Kalgara. Oh, he's going to minus the Wiper. I don't know about that one. He definitely just minus the Kalgara. Because not only is it a larger attacker, unless he's not playing Jack, I'm just totally disrespecting him, but you know, it is the only card in the field that matters if you have Nolan in your hand. Okay, so he's not playing Jack, so I guess it makes sense why he minus the Wiper, because he's probably just going to play Rebecca, Brooke, or something. Or Sanji. Okay, he's going to Ice Age. Rebecca. T-Bone back. Play the Brooke from hand. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Kuzan couldn't kill the Kalgara with that combo, so that's fair. If that's what you wanted to do, is like establish a blocker, which is obviously pretty good. Especially since we know Ricardo's not on the flame split. I'm not sure if Jonathan knows that or not, but the 4-drop blockers are going to be pretty good because he's not on the flame split. Or the Amaru for that matter. Only 10 minutes left in time. Pretty noteworthy just to keep an eye on that. Ricardo's going to go 6 into the Brook. Yeah, I can't imagine that lives much longer than that. I'm assuming, what, a 7 into the Kuzan with Wiper. Yep. And we know he knows it has like at least 2 more Kalgaras in hand, so he can, I don't know if he has a Nolan in hand or not, but he can do the whole Nolan nonsense. Ace would be pretty good in this spot as well. So he's going to block. And then goes 6 into the Kuzan, play the Kalgara, take a life. And that'll get the T-bone out of hand. Oh. Oh. Okay, I thought he was going to put everything under Shura. And like swing 7 with Shura. Oh! He's going to play the Rush Katakuri, look at his opponent's life, put it on top or bottom. So it actually came up. Nasty. And then he can swing 7 to the Kuzan because he has less life than his opponent. Disgusting. Pretty sick. That card's cool. I used to play that card. I can't remember what deck I played it. Oh, I played it in Yamato. I topped a with 2 of my buddies. I topped 3. I can't remember what we topped. I think it was top 8. We top 8'd a 3v3 regional, and I was the middle player, the coach or whatever, the head coach, and I played yellow Yamato the weekend it came out with like 4 Rush Katakuris in the deck. It was nasty. But yeah, that was like Whitebeard format, so like a 6k rush was like really good, you know? But pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, I just don't know if Luffy, I mean, the thing about Kalgara is that he's only at 1 life. He doesn't play any blockers, he's only at 1 life. I know he's holding up 2 Dawn, which is annoying. But like if you can just live next turn and like pressure hard this turn, maybe clear a body, maybe swing 8, get an Elthor out or something, like maybe you can foresee getting there next turn. Yeah, he probably just has to play the blocker, unfortunately. Nope, he's gonna play the Kuzan. Draw a card, nothing else, so he doesn't have a brand new in the trash. Oh my gosh, he's not even at 10 Dawn. He's only on 9. That's unfortunate. He's gonna go 7 at life. That's just gonna be an easy 1-drop event. Play the sky, the upper yard. Upper yard search for another 1-drop event. Oh, disgusting. Yeah, I think he's right here by not playing the Rebecca. That was my first instinct, was just to play the Kuzan and like pray you win. You can live next turn. If you can win, if you can live this turn, then you probably win. Maybe. But no, that's a big maybe, because we know he plays a ton of counter events. But I think it's the best shot regardless in this spot. He's gonna go 8 at life. Okay, pretty hard number to swing with. Another 8 at life. Oh, because he's a 6k leader. Duh. Okay, makes sense. I thought he was just going crazy on him. But once again, I just think Jonathan is just way too bricked up to live this. I mean, just from here, I can see a Gecko, Jack, and fucking Isho. Yeah, it's over, I think. Jover. And you can just tell his expression. His body language is saying it all. Gonna go another 8, get 2 cards out of hand, hopefully. While still having enough Dawn to play around with, just in case we want to abandon the go for game strategy and hold up a bunch of Dawn. Actually, only 1 minute left in right time, which is very, very relevant. I just noticed that. Oh gosh. So he really needs to counter that. I mean, there's just no way he can win. He has less characters on board. If you didn't know, the time rules are life and then characters on board. So Ricardo could just sit here for 30 seconds and win the game. Oh no, I forgot we have turns in this game. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, never mind. We have turns. We got plenty of time. He's gonna go 8 into the Luffy, give him a 2 and a 1. And a 6 into leader. Just a clean 6 and hold up 4 Dawn. So he's gonna take it. Oh, he's not gonna take it. He's not gonna take it. He's gonna take it. So time has started now. I think Ricardo is turn 0 player. So now we're going to go Jonathan as turn 1 player. He's going to have to kill him through the 4 Standing Dawn. We know he has an Althor. We know he has a 1-drop, the 1-drop +3 event. And we know that Jonathan's dead on the crackback. I can see 2 Althor. I can see 3 Althor. I think that's game. I mean, 3 Althor and the 1-drop event, the other 1-drop event. I mean, not much to be said. I think he is the other one. All right, he searched off the Skyline. He never used it, or the other thing. So he's gonna take it just to incentivize the opponent to go. Yeah, he definitely has one. To go for game, but it's just, yeah, it's just never gonna happen. I'll go 5 at life, get the Holy out of hand, and then we're gonna go 15 at life. I'll go 9, 13, and 16 for game. And that's it. Kalgara takes it and moves on to top 8. Pretty nasty. All right, let's go into the list one more time before we close out the video. Pretty cool series of games to see 2 very skilled and high-level players play out their strategies against each other. I think the Kalgara deck just has a pretty good matchup into this deck. Like I said in the previous videos, and as I said earlier this video, what this deck does really well into the meta being Lucci, Black Yellow, Bonnie. What it does really well into those strategies, it just gives up a really big advantage that Lucci has that this deck doesn't have in the rogue matchups. That's kind of why Lucci is the king of the meta right now, is just because it can body all the rogue matchups like Kalgara, Zoro, and that type of nonsense. Whereas this deck, you know, while it has a better matchup against Black Yellow and whatnot, kind of just gets bodied by the rush strategies, unfortunately. And it's not like it doesn't have blockers, so it definitely can win. And we saw game 2 that it definitely can win, especially against Kalgara when they're taking their own life, and especially how Ricardo was playing it. He was just taking every single life. I literally don't think he countered out of a life at that entire game, except for that last swing where he countered out up to like 16 or something. But yeah, pretty sick. Very cool deck. We know this isn't exactly the list because he was on the Sabo, but like I said, can't find it. We'll look at Ricardo's one more time. Rush Katakuri got in there. I mean, I'm not sure how much better it was than Ace or anything like that, but still sick nonetheless. It's a sick card. And the Ginbo was nasty all 3 games. I think maybe not the second game. Yeah, the second game was nasty. Maybe not the third game. But regardless, card's pretty sick. And I think the double events is kind of where it's at. I feel like I think this is the future for Kalgara. Is this right here? It's what it reminded me of while I was watching that is I was kind of thinking of like Pluffy, like, you know how like Pluffy's whole strategy is like take its life early and just go rush, ramp into these like big characters. I just think it does everything Pluffy does but better. That's what it seems like, especially how Ricardo's playing it. He's playing it like you would play Pluffy. But instead of blockers, you know, tapping out 5/5, tapping out 10 Dawn essentially to play 2 blockers late game so that you don't die, you can just hold up like 3 Dawn and not die, which is, you know, infinitely better because you can continuously put on pressure, which is one of Pluffy's bad qualities. The Gadatsu was nuts too. I forgot that this card was searchable, to be honest with you, in this deck. So it might consider a second look in the deck. It's pretty sick. yeah, cool. Can't wait. Just keep an eye out for the rest of the games, and shout out to Sing Sang Regionals. Sing Sang, I think, is their name. I'm going to show you their YouTube channel, so you can go watch this Sing Sang events. Go subscribe to their channel. I'm already subscribed. You can see that, and watch this. Watch the whole thing if you want to without my commentary. The link will be in the description. But either way, GG's to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.